to the effect that why is it that when we're talking about supporting Radio Biafra and what the Radio Biafra is doing, and this nonsense about people forming Biafra government here, Biafra government in exile there, and all that stupidity, when there is no Biafra yet? Why is it necessary that our people must be deceived? Why are we prone? Why are Igbo people, I'm not saying all Biafran nationalities, why are Igbo people prone to being deceived? Why do we accept lies more than the truth? You can look at the other communal groups that they set up that crumbled. What happened? They are dead, they are buried, they are finished. Nothing is coming out of them anymore. Cockroach that comes up and mentions the word Biafra.
Support both sides. If they give us peace, that is wonderful. If they decide to go down the route of violence, then I can give you this assurance today. Of course, your worldwide listeners and viewers may be able to note this. If they do not give us Biafra, there will be nothing living in that very zoo they call Nigeria. Nothing will survive there, I can assure you. You see, 1967 to 1970 is not 2013 to 2015. We had scientists then, now we have men that can make things happen. Even better than what we had in the late 60s. So that should ring as a warning to all of them that we are not joking. I do not believe in peaceful actualization or whatever rubbish is called. I have never seen where you become free by peaceful means. If you know, you tell me. I am a student of contemporary history. I have never come across anywhere in history books where you get your freedom out of a peaceful process. It's never happened. Never, ever, ever.
The worst mistake Buhari ever made was to arrest him. Yes. The worst mistake ever. What is going to happen? I am taking IPOB to Abuja on the 17th of next month in our court case.
We are with you, sir. We are with you.
There will be 2 million people in Abuja.
Yes. I will be there. I will be there. I will be there with you, sir. I will be there.
Hey. We take the battle to our enemies.
Yes, sir.
And let me make this very clear to you. You are under oath.
Yes.
And by virtue of that oath, you are under direct order from me.
Yes.
Any day you wake up, you hear I've been arrested, burn Nigeria down to the ground.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All of you, 200 million idiots, complete morons. You are there. You looking sheepishly like a bunch of white. In fact, a hyena is better than all of you. Why do I even? Can I manage my makeup? If I want to interact, that is why I don't go to parties. I don't do anything because the way we reason is laughable. If I want to interact with true Africans, I go to wildlife safari park. At least if I see a zebra, a chimpanzee, those are our true Africans. We can mingle together. Maybe I can understand them better. Because at least if they see danger, they can run. All of you see danger and you keep embracing it. Keep embracing it. Look at Imo State. How many people in Imo State? Over 5 million. Somebody came forth in an election. They pushed him to number 1. Everybody is just like this. Even some bishops want to go and congratulate him. Some people said, hey, don't touch him, oh, he's our man. Hey, let's move him forward. These are black people. Very backward. Useless. When they kill in America, you say, hey, it's racism. Racism. You are a fool. That's not like racism. They are killing you because of your natural stupidity. By nature, you are stupid as a black person. Do you have running water? Without maybe solar charger and generator, will you be watching me now? Are you not ashamed of yourselves? Are you not ashamed? But UNN has engineering department, electrical engineering, electrical and electricals, all rubbish. Uniport has it. Uniben has everywhere. Electrical and electrical engineering. Whatever that rubbish means, I don't know. No, electrical and electronics. But that is not right. The reason why they sent you to school to go and study electrical engineering is so that when you come out, there'll be no more power shortage in the village. That's the reason why. So you don't know. Hey, Zoo alumni.
Biafra must come. And when Biafra does come, everybody will be free. If Biafra is not free, none of you is going to be free. And that is why I have said it before and allow me to repeat. We have come to set all of you free. And if you allow this nonsense to continue, you'll be sunk. If you have not gotten your Somali visa, go and get it now. Because the zoo is gone. And the hell has arrived.
The zoo is gone and hell has arrived. I want to welcome you to this live broadcast today. Today is Wednesday, the 9th day of August 2023, and it is just 7 minutes past 5 Biafra time. Right now, for 7 minutes past 5 p.m. Biafra time. I want to welcome you on this program, and of course on this channel, which is Biafra Global Network. My name is Kelechi Ambrose. Welcome, and I say please relax yourself. We're going to be discussing extensively today, and at the same time, we're going to be looking at things happening around us. You remember on Saturday, the 5th of August, we were able to launch the accountability and transparency. Ever since, I've been trying to explain information on behalf of the group about accountability and transparency group. We are now on serious business, and we are determined to get results. We are determined to do what we have to do to make sure that we set the right path and the right procedure, the right structure to make sure we get our freedom. As Mazen Amdekano has said, or as he's been saying, that we can never be free unless we embrace truth, honesty, and accountability, transparency, and do things right. And so no matter the activities here and there, people doing different things, today you hear people talking about going here and doing that and all of that, all the activities, including the lies and everything going on. We would not get Biafra unless we stay on the path of truth. And the only way you can stay on the path of truth is to align yourself and build a structure that would fix truth as the fundamental material for the project that we are embarking on. And so that is why Accountability and Transparency Group has come, and we are fixing that this moment. We are working hard to make sure that we have the structure that is embedded or that is on the platter of truth so that we get our freedom. Or else we'll be roaming about for zillions of years. We're going to be going all around without getting results. I want to welcome you. Please, as you join in, like this video and share on all your social media platforms. Like this video and share on all your social media platforms. You know, we're still having the background of the Accountability and Transparency unveiling and presentation, public presentation, so that we can remind you that we did this on the 5th of August. And of course, so that you can remember that, yes, what we are doing is continuous, and we are still on the path of informing you, giving you more information about our launching and what we represent. And today we're going to be looking at the group and its structure, the structure and how it is structured, how Accountability and Transparency Group is structured. We need to give you the information about how it is structured, and then we are going to move you into the projects that we have that we're going to be embarking on. Remember, our focus is the freedom of Mazen Amdekano and the restoration of Biafra. And at the same time, as we target these two, there are fundamental things we need to put in place also, so that our people can be in a position where if anything happens, along the line of seeking for our freedom, along the line of carrying out activities because of our freedom, we now begin to have a blockade here and there, food not coming in, no supplies coming in, things happening all around. We know that, yes, we have secured our land. We have gotten the people to have enough. We want to invest in agriculture. We want to invest on the roads. We want to invest on security. We want to begin to restructure or redesign or bring back the ESN as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu constituted it and before it was destroyed. You and I know that today things have been destroyed. Things are no more the same way they are, the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left them. You and I know that. You and I know that things have been abused, things have been scattered, things have been done, you know, to take away the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But Accountability and Transparency Group, we are the watchers. We are not going to allow anything happen. We are not going to allow anything happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We're not going to let anything happen to his legacy. We are going to stand firm to make sure that everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu represents is solidly on ground. And that's why I want to welcome you to this program today. Today is the midweek anyways. Today is midweek. So Wednesday, the 9th day of August, 2023. And before I go on, I want to first discuss something that I want to bring to your knowledge. I have seen lots of people talking and getting confused or maybe getting surprised and getting, you know, confused or getting, you know, irritated or getting angry or reacting to the story that is going on around of Asari Dokubo. In fact, he was saying that he has a military company and the name of the military company is called Royal Switch Services. Royal Switch Services. I've seen lots of Biafrans, you know, complaining, you know, getting angry, reacting, and saying so many things and sharing information here and there on Asari Dokubo. But well, it is good because you need to inform other people. You need to get people informed. You need to get people aware of what is going on around you and all of that. The reason why I don't always come around to talk about people and what they're doing is because I know the information is all around, unless if that information needs further expression. It's he's talking about he's now running a military company, you know, that would stand against. He said that military works for the Nigeria government, which means that everything that his military company does is not for Biafra. Several times, Nigerian has said several times that he's not a Nigerian. You and I can bear witness of that. Several times, Asari Dokubo has said he's not a Nigerian. You know, he's telling you he has a military company, not working for where he's from. He said he's a Biafran, yet he has a military company, not working for. It's treasonable. That is sabotage, that is felony, that is treasonable felony, that is criminal, and that is tantamount to him facing, you know, a serious, you know, facing the military tribunal, you know, because he's that it is part of. Akwanwa, good to have you. Thank you so much for your messages and for the emojis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining. And if you are there also, you are there. Also, please like this video, share on all your social media platforms right now. Asari Dokubo had always said that he is a Biafran. He is not. In fact, most of you know that according to the information that's like 2 years ago, also he said he now formed a what they call, you know, de facto government of Biafra. Now, can you imagine the very unstable human being called Asari Dokubo? He said he's the president, and you see people like Uche Mefo. You see, our people are so daft and so terrible that sometimes you wonder how they reason. Now, Uche Mefo is sponsoring, proclaiming, preaching, and you know, and not sponsoring anyways. Sorry, projecting. That means, you know, popular. What do I call it now? Publicizing. Sorry, I said popularizing. Publicizing, you know, the government, the de facto government, which he is the secretary or the minister of communication, and I don't know what his position is, you know, and he has been proclaiming this on behalf of Asari Dokubo. Asari Dokubo has been saying that he is the de facto president of the president of the de facto government of Biafra, you know, and all of that. And then now the same person tells you he has a company, a military company fighting against fighting for his enemies. That means he's fighting for his enemies against his own people. Because we know, of course, the activities of Asari Dokubo all over Biafra land. We know what he's doing, the boys he has recruited and all of that. But let me tell you people something. The story here is not about all those stuff, because we know that Asari has been in this business for a long time. We know he's been contracted by the Nigerian government. We know what he's doing for the Nigerian government. So you and I shouldn't be bothered about all of this information. You and I should know that when it comes to things like this, freedom fighting, and especially when it involves a people who are scattered all over the nations of the world, not just scattered all over the nations of the world, are involved in developing other nations of the world, not just being involved in developing other nations of the world, are smart and industrious. Once there is freedom fighting that is going on, lots and lots of sabotage, lots and lots and lots of blackmail, lots and lots and lots of internal wrangling and all of that. People always convert their smartness into wrong things. That is why today you see lots of people who are into money rituals. That's why you see lots of people today, they're into different kinds of activities. You know why? Because when you find a people who are smart but not intelligent, and they find themselves in a critical situation where they need to struggle for their lives, they convert that smartness to crime, to criminality. That's why I said when you find the people who are smart but not intelligent. Biafrans are very smart, but they are not intelligent. You know why they are not intelligent? They don't know how to come together to fight a common cause. They don't know how to come together to fight sabotage and to stop themselves from continuing, from being continually slaves to the slave masters. Rather, they would use their smartness to encourage the enemy against themselves. That's what we are seeing today. We are very smart. We want to make money. And the reason why we succeed in making money is because money is something that once you go for it, you get it. Once you go for it, you get it. Once you are able to identify the places or the things you want to do, you get it. Now, they go for it in different ways. They convert their smartness into criminality. They convert their smartness into ritual programs. They convert their smartness into, several kinds of crimes. Now, when it comes to their own freedom, they still utilize their smartness wrongly. They still utilize their smartness wrongly. So we keep finding ourselves in the same situation every time, struggling, running in circles, circumnavigating, yet we're not going out. You know why? Because when you, now let me give you an example. If you find the Fulanis, because they are not smart, they are controlled by their small mind. So it is easier for their leaders to control them and tell them what to do. That is why when you find them come to a particular thing, they are always one voice. Stuff. Even if you find them, they are all working to stuff that they have. They don't fight the way they want to fight it. You know why? Because they don't have this smartness, but they have this this ability to be intelligent in a particular direction. What I mean by intelligent, not because being intelligent as in intelligent, but being intelligent in the sense of being able to abide to a particular precept or a particular order by their leaders. And so that is why they succeed very quickly. Success in the sense that they achieve what they want to achieve, even if it is not success in the right sense of it. They keep getting results from what they want to do, and evil results for that matter, but they keep getting it. But for us, we keep fighting, we keep blackmailing, we keep backbiting, we keep destroying, tearing down, tearing out, tearing in. We want to. That was why Mazen Amdekano said in that video I played, he said, why are people easily deceived, manipulated? You know why? For their selfish ends. Now look at the whole program of freedom fighting. Look at the groups we have everywhere. Every one of them talking about Biafra. Every one of them. Look at them. Look at Simon. Look at all of them. But yet, all they do is manipulate the people, collect their resources, and put them in a situation where they begin to get frustrated. because our people are frustrated now. Lots of our people are confused. But let me tell you why people are confused. When people are confused, it simply means they don't even have the definition of what they want in their lives or for their nation. Whenever I find anybody who talks about being confused in Biafra, that means you don't even know what Biafra represents. Because if you know what Biafra represents, you would know that all these things are bound to happen. But it takes witticism. That's intelligence. And witticism means another word for it is intelligence. You know, it takes your witticism, it takes your ability to be able to discern. What does it mean to discern? That means ability to read and to study things and get information that are hidden, you know, and get to understand them even outside their norm. That means outside the normal way of reasoning. It takes intelligent people to look at situation, look at the chaos, look at everything, and understand what is happening based on the fact that they know that when it comes to things as sweet, as important, and as wonderful as Biafra, there is bound to be that fight coming from every corner. Britain is involved, the Fulanis are involved, the internal saboteurs are involved. These people are all working together against the people. They will recruit the people who are slaves to enslave themselves more. Our freedom for Biafra is not yet here, not because we wouldn't have gotten it. We would have gotten it if we were together, if we were doing the right thing, if we were intelligent. But because we are smart but not intelligent. When you are smart, not intelligent, you are easily manipulated to do evil, or you are easily manipulated to stand on the path of evil. You know why? Because smart people always have this energy that is tilting towards an activity. But if that activity, if that smartness is not connected to the dimension of constructive reasoning that is evidently of intelligence, you will discover that that smartness, that energy coming from smartness, is diverted into evil. That is the problem. And that is what we are suffering. That is what our people are going through. And that is why we have not gotten Biafra yet. We keep running round in circles, as Martin Amikano said. We keep running round in circles, as he has said. But today, we're going to be looking at it. We're going to be looking at it. That is why Accountability and Transparency Group is here today, because what we have come to do is to see that we get our freedom, and not just get our freedom, but we get our freedom in truth. We get our freedom in truth. We get our freedom in truth. I want to open our website. Remember, those of you who were there, of course, when we launched the website, you can bear me witness that we have lots of things that we want to do, and we want to do especially for Biafra. And the only way we can do it is to get you to be informed. This is the website. I've opened it, and I'm going to share screen here so that our people can see what we're doing. Now, remember, what we have come to do is to set a design, is to create a brand to help us succeed. Eastern Accountability Transparency Group and Eastern Sunrise is to create a brand that would reconfigure, redesign, and restructure our mindset and the way we approach Biafra. Except we do this, we would find ourselves consistently in trouble, running around in circles, and yet we are moving nowhere. Now, if you observe this website, Accountability and Transparency Group, Eastern Sunrise, is our registered name. Accountability and Transparency Group is our AKA, which is fundamental to freedom of Biafra. Now, you will see you just entered the Eastern Sunrise territory. Now, the reason why we gave it Eastern Sunrise is because we know that when things should begin to happen, when the dawn is come, it begins with the sunrise, or it begins from the east in that sense. So now, for us to illuminate the world, based on the fact that Biafrans are spread all over the nations of the world, for us to illuminate the world, we must begin from home. Charity begins at home. But the problem here is that we have been scattered all over the nations of the world, and we find ourselves trying to give light to those parts of the earth where we live in, whereas our homeland is suffering, and that is why the world is still in chaos. The only time we shall revive and restore things and get things normally is when we allow the sun to rise from the east, and the people of the east must make it work. The people from Biafra must be rejuvenated, must be renewed, must be restored. The sovereignty of Biafra. You know, the name Biafra came about when Opigo suggested it to Ojukwu, and then it was called Biafra, based on the fact that there have been from one particular community or town in Portugal. They named it after that, and of course, after the bite of Biafra, became Biafra. A problem because we change the name whenever we want, but unless we want the name to continue. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to be out, and then we are going to Biafra people are going to appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Now we're going to be looking at this accountability and transparency group, and we're going to be looking at this. Now, the structure is fundamental. Anytime you want to build a house, the first thing you look at is the foundation, which is the structure that holds the whole building, because the foundation is regarded as the structure for the building. If you don't have a foundation, how do you get yourselves to get the best? How can you, if I want to ask what is the structure, you will just discover that all you know is fundraising. All you know is fundraising, but fundraising is not a structure. All you know is hey, somebody's telling you about something, but that's not the structure. The structure of anything is what's when you have a TV in your house and you're watching that TV set, you're watching the screen and everything playing, then what you are watching is there are components inside of the box that gives you the ability to watch what you're watching. Thank you so much, Amakanwa. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shalom to you too. Thank you so much. So when you have a phone and you are operating that phone, you are enjoying it because there are elements or some stuff inside that make up the panel that is helping you to achieve the result of using the phone the way you want it. If there is nothing in that phone, nothing as a panel, only the box, the covering, you will not have the functions. The screen will not display anything. You know why? Because you have not formed, you have not given the foundation of that stuff. Thank you so much, Amaka. Thank you so much. I'll keep it up. Thank you so much. But that is the same way, and that is what we are trying to do. We have discovered that Biafra fight has been a thing of shouting, talking, arguing, you know, so many things going on, so many activities, yet without substance. And so they kept tossing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu here and there when he creates the structure, the DOS structure. They were abusing it here and there. And everybody want to do their own thing. Everybody want to carry out their own activity. Everybody just want to. These are the things that are the problem. And so Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was struggling because he didn't see people who are willing to adopt professional approach to this thing called freedom. We are in a world today of the digital world where things happen professionally. In a world where things happen professionally, but some people are still struggling to understand this, and so they keep fighting Biafra project or fighting for Biafra as if they're in the Stone Age. They don't understand that there is a need for a structure. That was why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created the DOS. But this has been a disappointing group of people. They have disappointed. Because if they had not disappointed, even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken away and their hand is not in it, naturally you would have seen things work out and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be out, and you would have seen things succeed and go forward. But because it is not structurally designed, it was only a name for a group of people occupying offices, having portfolio without substance. They were not able to do anything effectively. They were not able to do anything effective. Thank you so much, Amaka. Amaka, thank you. They were not able to do anything effective. You know why? They were only a group of people occupying offices, having portfolio, occupying offices without portfolio, because they were just there bearing the name so person, this one in charge of this is this, and then all the next thing they tell you is command and control. That means what they do is what they tell them: today we are having family meeting, you are meeting here, that's it. Tomorrow we are meeting, we are having protest. Hey, tomorrow this one has committed an offense, we need to suspend this person. This one, that is the only thing. They were operating as if it is a family meeting. They were not operating with the precepts and the idea. Thank you so much, Maka. Thank you. Thank you so much. They were not operating with the mindset of understanding mission, freedom. And when it comes to freedom, family meeting does not work. When it comes to freedom, family meeting does not work. And when it comes to freedom, let me tell you, the issue of command and control has its origin from the voice of the people. Because if you think you can give orders without the people consulting the people themselves will frustrate your orders. But when you engage the people in making decisions, and then that command structure, I have explained this command and control before to us. I don't know if you can go on Biafra Global Network, go to last year where I talked about command and control. Just scroll down, you'll see the title there. You will get information about the real meaning of command and control. Command and control. But people don't understand this. So we have come to see these lapses. That is why Accountability and Transparency Group has come. Now, if you want to go on this website, just type www.Eastern Sunrise. You see Eastern Sunrise on the screen by your left-hand side. There you see it, Eastern Sunrise. Just type www.easternsunrise.org. That is our website. Just go through it. We are working on the updates. We're going to be bringing in the membership. See, we have unique strategy we want to adopt for this Biafra project, where you and I will be involved directly. We are building our land. At the same time, we are securing our land. At the same time, we are getting our freedom. It is a three-way thing: building our land, securing our land, getting our freedom. And of course, building our land means that Mazen Nnamdi is already out. So these are fundamental approach. We had this mentality. We are in a digital age. If you are not professional enough for the world to see how you do these things professionally, you would just get yourself messed up. And all you see around is sabotage. So the first idea for this freedom fight is to give your enemy an impression and let the enemy know that no one is in charge of this project called freedom. So that when they think that they will take away one person, everything still goes on, and they feel that even if they take this person who is the leader, Mazen Nnamdi, it doesn't affect the whole project. But because the DOS and other people didn't understand how to apply this approach based on what is on Mazen Nnamdi's mind, they didn't know. Well, we would say, I want to say that they didn't know, in the sense that I want to believe that none of them have a hand in the kidnap and extraordinary rendition of Mazen Nnamdi, but that's not the truth anyways, because from evidences, some of them have a hand, and that is why I have been calling them. I've been speaking and telling them, form a fact-finding committee to investigate. That is your number one responsibility as the DOS, as an organization. Once your leader, even in a family, once the leader is not found or taken by the enemies, the first thing you do is you set a fact-finding committee to know what has happened to your leader. And I'll keep saying that. As long as they don't do this thing, I see every one of them as accomplices, because nobody whose hands is clean will fight against forming a fact-finding committee to show or to prove what happened to Mazen Nnamdi. How can a leader of a nation get missing. Till today, we don't have a fact. Rather, what you hear is some people who come to Radio Biafra. I know those. We know those who have a hand in the kidnap of Mazen and Kanu. Hey, we do this. We already have information. No, that is not how to do it. It is not professional. The professional way to do it is to arrange it and do it and organize it like a nation or like a group, like an association. Even in family meetings, it is well organized. Even in family meetings, even if somebody in your family is missing today, you inform the police, right? Because you know the police has a formation that will help you get the result of finding what has happened to this person. If you lose your car, you go to the police. Why is it that it comes to our leader, a man, number one man, all over Africa and all over the world, as at now, he got missing, he is kidnapped, extraordinarily renditioned and brought into the contraption. This happened after they set a bounty of $100 million, 100 million naira or so. Is it dollars or naira? I can't remember now. On him. As soon as the Fulani set $100 million or naira, I can't remember now, on him, suddenly he was kidnapped. Suddenly. Doesn't that tell you that there are people within? You think if there were not people within under IPOB, they would have succeeded in getting Mazen American. It's not possible. They won't get it. So now, well, that's not the preaching for today. I'm going to do more of that talking tomorrow or so. But now I want to take you to the structure here because I want to open some stuff to you. So please remember, our membership portal is being designed, is being put together. We want you to be a member. Now, when that membership portal comes out, I'm going to give you it. My God, you will love this. You will love what we're doing. You will love it. Anybody who does not see this as a very good opportunity to be part of accountability and transparency group, that person, then there's something fundamental wrong with that person. If envy and jealousy can make you think of that, and because you hate the people who are talking about it, or because you just want to disregard them, just feel that they shouldn't be there, then we are doing great work, fantastic job. And I tell you, by the time the portal for membership is put on this website, my God, you will love it because we have planned it in a unique way. We have planned it in a unique way where your community will be developed and you will be part of those who will even make money out of the development. In the sense that your company, your business, somehow you will make profits from it because the investment will come in. If you have a company, you will be engaged, your company will be engaged. Your company will make profits. Your company will employ other people. And every community has a project that will be carried out in their community. And that particular project will be carried out by the companies that are from that community or the individuals. If the companies are not readily available, you're going to get those who are going to be trained within that community to carry out that project in that community. That's how we plan it. Very unique way we have designed this stuff. So get yourself prepared so that you can understand this. Now let's go to the structural side of this stuff. We're looking at the structure. Now we adopted a very simple structure mechanism for the accountability and transparency group. Very simple structure. Let me explain this structure because I want people to understand this. On behalf of the accountability group, I'm explaining this so that people can understand this. And then we close for today and look forward. We're not going to make this broadcast too long so that you can understand. You can go and digest it. Now, if you look here, you see organizational structure / leadership structure. The reason why we used organizational structure / leadership is because organizational and leadership mean the same thing. Is intertwined in this sense. Intertwined. That means the one can stay for the other. Because when you talk about organizational, that is adjectival. It's adjective anyways. Organizational structure is an adjective. My network. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. I believe you can hear me now. All right. Organizational structure. In the sense organization, when you talk about organizing, you can understand organizational by the word organizing or organism. Organism You know, so that's organization. That means organized. When something is organized, that means it is well arranged. I'm giving you a simple definition. It is well arranged. Information, you know, we can have the right information imputed here. On this aspect of our organizational structure, we are going to still put don't worry, there will be a restructuring, redesigning of this particular side of this this side. But I just want to give you understanding of what we're doing. Now, if you check that, you will see there is executive committee. Now, that executive committee has one person who is the leader, Mazen Namekano. He is also a member of the executive committee. But that executive committee is a secretariat. That executive committee does not even take absolute decisions without the collective decision of the General House. This means is this. For instance, if you go to the National Assembly, you have the senators, you have the legislatures. Now, each of them must agree. These two houses must agree to a particular law before it is concluded on. The Senate cannot agree and the House of Representatives reject and then it is passed. No, the two houses must agree at a point. No matter the argument, they will come to a point where there will even be a joint session of the two houses. If one rejects and one accepts, there can even be a joint session where the whole matter will be discussed in that particular sitting, and then they will now run a vote and then carry out that vote for that stuff to be adopted. So in this project, we have the executive committee / secretariat, where Mazen Nabikano is the leader and every other person is sitting there as an executive member. But they don't have absolute power when it comes to decision making. They take decisions with the rest of the house. And where you find the rest of the house, you find them in the advisory board, which is the next stage. Now, this advisory board has a group of people who give advice. Their job is to give advice. They don't make decisions. They give advice to the General House. Their advice would either be accepted or rejected by the General House. And we have the security board. The security board has professionals who are veterans of security, because we know that security is a very huge problem in our community, in our land, in Biafra nation. So, but this group of people who are security experts, who have served in various military capacities and all of that all over the world, they advise, the security board gives their professional input and give professional formation of how the military wing of our security in Biafra land will work. So they give those information. Remember, if you check other aspects of what we're doing here, you see security committee. You see security committee, you now see security board. Security board has professionals. They help the security committee design, rules of engagement and all of the details that are necessary for the men on ground to adopt. So you see the chain of command here, which of course does not have any control by an individual. The group sits to discuss. Now, on behalf of the group, the security board takes professional decisions and informs the General House to understand these professional decisions. That doesn't mean that they leak professional, they leak security information or security details to the public. No, there are security information that are private. But along that line of that, of course, we know that things like structure and all of that are designed by the security board. They give instructions to the security committee, who sits with the men on ground who do the right thing and puts the things together and gets the work done. So you see that line of command, that chain of command. Every of them are under the executive committee, which executive committee that Mazen Namdekano is the leader. So in spite of every decision, every rule, every policy that is designed for each committee or department, it must come to the executive committee that will endorse it and accent it. Now, the executive committee must accent as soon as the general body passes a vote on it. As soon as the general body passes a vote. So the executive committee cannot accent or decide to make anything law or rule without going to the general house to discuss the matter. So everything the executive board committee endorses, the general house have discussed it. That means the various committees, the executive committee, the welfare committee, the welfare department, finance department, and other departments, they have discussed it. May God of Biafra land continue to guide and protect you all. You are children of light, nothing do you. Thank you so much, Amakanwa. Thank you so much. We're also expecting you to join us in the accountability and transparency group. People like you who know that, who can identify the truth and can identify good things. We need you to be part of us. So, of course, we have the number. Let me put the number on screen. You can just send a message. Once you send a message, we'll receive the message. And then we want people who are reasonable. We cannot do it alone. It has nothing to do with me or any individual. It has to do with us all. This organization is set for Biafrans. That is why when we come out with the membership stuff, you will see that everybody is represented in their communities. Each local government is a community. And everybody will be put in their local government or in their community to discuss the ideas of the kinds of projects we want to do in that community, the kinds of people who can do it, and the kinds of business people who are in that community who can also fund that project. So we are going to reach out to everybody and those who are going to do the work on ground, those who need to be part of the workers who will be paid for the job, for the work they're going to do, and all of that. Those who can be on the community committee to discuss this project and see how best it can be done, where it can be situated, those who are going to be involved, those who are going to be in charge, and those who are going to enjoy from how it will benefit the community, and of course to also deliberate on other matters that concern such projects regarding in connection to the environment and the maintenance and all of that. It's a continuum. So I want you to understand this. Thank you so much, Daniel. Hello, Mr. Kelechi. Daniel, good to see you here. Daniel Leze, thank you. Hello to you too. Thank you. So if you observe this structure, the only thing this structure unique is the functions. We made the structure so simple, but the functions make every of these departments and committees to work in synergy. That means there is nothing that will be done in a particular committee that will be hidden from the members of that committee. There is no decision to be taken that the moderator of that, because every committee or every department has a moderator who does not have absolute power. He also has one vote. The only thing he does is he moderates the meeting. That means he calls for meeting, he discusses with the people. When the decision is taken, when we have general meeting, he represents to tell the general house, give reports to the general house, and all of that. Then they have a secretary in that department. Then they have a provost in that department. We only have these three set of people, So these are the kinds of people. We have the project department also, where different projects, you see, one unique thing about it is that every of the departments are intertwined, they are connected. That means whatever project is going on, it has a relationship with welfare department. It has a relationship with finance department. It has a relationship with security department. It has a relationship with even the project department, because the project department compiles this thing. When a project department compiles the projects, after analysis on the website, and after everybody have given their perspective to what kinds of project they want to come to their community, the project department collates all this information and they send the necessary information to the general house, to each committee. Those committees will look at the budgets. From the finance department will look at the budget, the welfare department will look at the budget that is coming from that, the security department will look at the budget that's coming from that project, and everybody will look at the project that has to do with their own department. Now, when they do that, in the general floor, these things are discussed. The budgets for each of those departments are looked into by those departments, and then the departments will bring their final collation of those budgets and those information, and they bring it to the general house, and they explain to the general house what's the implication of this and why this is this and why that is this. So when all of that is done, the whole of the budget information is sent back to the finance department that collates this information and passes to the general house. This is what we agreed, and this is what is collated. Then the finance department will now, when funds are going to be disbursed, the finance department will bring out the form, the check or whatever, and then the money is now endorsed, signed, and then a seal. There's a seal that comes on the letter that mandates that money be released. When that money is released, it passes through the secretariat, from the finance department to the secretariat that records the whole details, and then the secretariat takes this information to the department that is involved. If it's welfare department, it takes their own information to them, their money, it gives them information on receiving their money. The money is attached to their own purse and to where they want the money to go and all of that. And everybody in that department knows how much has been sent to their department to do that particular work. And once the work is going on, the details of the work are collated. And those details, that is what we call accountability. They now collect the details for that project continually until the project is concluded. And then they submit the information about that project to the secretariat. The secretariat also brings and drafts a vivid, comprehensive detail of all the projects from each department on that particular project and formulates that major document. And that major document is submitted to the general house, and at the same time submitted to the executive committee, and then kept in the secretariat. So all of these things are collated. How much has been spent on a project, all the details are collated. Everybody knows what is happening. That is how normal people behave. That is how professionals operate in this world. This is the kind of foundation we are setting for Biafra. So when Biafra comes, we know that we have set a right foundation. Not anybody just comes and they want to take decisions and nobody knows what is happening. No. We want to do the right thing. So much so, we love the name given to us by Biafrans, Accountability and Transparency Group, ATG. So this is the formation. So our structure is very simple. It is intertwined. They are intertwined. They are intertwined. They are intertwined in the sense that what it means intertwined means that means they are interwoven. You know, you know, when something is interwoven, that means it coils on the other. They just coil on each other. No department can carry out any project, any program without what is happening. Money can be released without an endorsement from without first is going to be spent is particular for that thing, and making sure that the budget is right, and making sure that that budget is definitely put the quotes in it. That stuff is sent to the secretariat and sent to the finance department. The secretariat forwards it to the finance department, and the money is released. The secretariat sends the information to the general house. This is how we operate. Some guys in Biafra are telling us that our new group accountability are too. I let them realize that accountability without Kelechi involved is not right. Daniel Eze, you know, when you know that there's always going to be. Thank you so much for that compliment, anyways. But accountability, you know, it's not my making. It is a group of people to insisting on the right thing, and then Biafrans began to call us accountability, you know. And of course, in the midst of trying to do things different, what is already on ground, because what has been on ground is that people do things anyhow. But when we try to enforce, you know, that what we represent, what we preach, truth and accountability, some people will always resist it. And along the line, of course, you know, when there is a punishment that is melted to those people, before you know it, they leave and they form another group. So we're not accountability group that I'm talking on behalf of right now, that I am representing here right now, discussing on behalf. They are there. The accountability group, as it was formed from the beginning, is still intact. You know, it is normal for people to leave a group and go and do their own thing. That's their own business. If they want to fight Biafra, you know, in that way, good. But setting off confusion is what is not allowed. You know, when people want to set confusion, want to cause confusion and all of that. Only one ATG exists. This is the one, and this is the one. Thank you, Ego, for that. Only one, because this is the only one, and we cannot say that some people want to give some people want to be suspended and then they leave and go and form their group, and then they will now have two factions. No, if they decide to call their group accountability, good and well, it's good. At least let that name also guide them. But if they have been suspended, the only best way to do, if I'm suspended, or if I'm being if the house say they want to suspend me, you know, for my wrongdoing, what I do is I as a humble person, somebody who has the spirit of humility, I accept it. And when I accept it, when I take the suspension, I don't go create another faction or begin to cause confusion. No, I accept it. As long as the house says I am wrong, okay, good, I'm wrong. You want to suspend me? Okay, all right, I accept it. 2 months, 3 months, and you bring me back. You know, when you bring me back, we continue the work. But when you suspend me now, and I say no for suspending, or you say you want to suspend me, the house is recommending suspension for me, and you say no, I now say no, I'm nonsense. I'm resigning from this group. I'm not going to be part of you anymore. And then I go and create my group and start causing confusion. I am an accountability group. That means I'm a confusionist. That means the truth is not in me. The spirit of truth is not in me. Because if everything is left in my hand, I'm going to set confusion. If I cannot be humble, if the group decides to suspend me today for doing something wrong, why? Why would I rebel against the group? Why would I go against it and begin to fight it? I won't do that, you know? So the group, you know, decided to, you know, suspend, wanted to, and then they said they are resigning from the group. They don't want to be part of the group anymore. And then the next thing we hear is that they're talking about accountability and transparency group somewhere else. That's fine and good. We're not quarreling. We're not fighting with them. We are not anybody could use that name, accountability and transparency group, as if they want to use it. But you don't say, when you know that there is this accountability and transparency group already existing, and you are breaking off from it, then look for something else to bear. Don't set confusion. But we're not. Everybody knows the real accountability and transparency group. Everybody knows the group is existing, and that is what we have launched. We have launched it right now. So we're not fighting with anybody. We're not quarreling with anybody. If whenever they feel that they should come back, and you know, the group would now decide whether they want to still allow them to be suspended or to accept them in, whatever. It's the group that decides. That's why we say we don't have leaders. You know, we don't have anybody who is going to impose their will and all of that. You know. Thank you so much. Ego say I should concentrate. Yes, I'm just trying to explain to Daniel, you know, of course, you know, and also to make it known that accountability group is not about me. You know, it's about a group of people, including you, Daniel. So we want you also to come in so that you can see what is happening and also be part of it. And then the number is on the screen. Just send a message, you know, and then we'll receive the message. And then we talk and we discuss. We just go on. We work together. We want to get Biafra. The only thing we can do to get Biafra is to work together. That is just, it's as simple as this. But everything we are seeing, people want to do this. As Mazen Amdekanu said, anybody want to open a group and then begin to you know, set a cabal and begin to do things anyhow. But why not we come together, set a standard for work, and do the right thing? That is what accountability and transparency group is all about setting the structure all right. Once we get the structure all right, you will discover a structure with functional operations, not just functional operations, but well cut out and well spelled out, is so transparent that anybody who looks at it, who comes in, will know that this is how it operates. We are setting that standards. There's so many things we are doing. We have been in confusion for a long time because of this in-house, you know, in mishmash, you know, in-house dilly-dallying and all of this stuff. But thank God we have been able to stabilize, you know, because of course when a good thing is about to come, you will see that there will be some the old lifestyle will still be affecting some people. They cannot adjust quickly to the new style of doing things, and this is the digital age where we have to do things professionally, and especially even in our freedom fight, do things professionally. So what we are doing now, we have set the structure. So that is why we're looking at this structure as the number one thing. That is also why I'm explaining this structure as the number one thing, so that you will understand the structure in line with what we are doing. In line with what we are doing. My brother Daniel, don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. Just come in. Let's work together. The more people like you who understand what it means to do the right thing come in, the more we can expand, and the more we're not allowed. We don't want to let ourselves to be distracted this time around. No, we don't want to. We want to face the work and do it effectively. God will help us, and we're still going to get everything set, and then we're going to have the membership and portal set, and then after I explain the project, the next thing that I'll be explaining is the membership portal, and then I'll give vivid information to people. Our people also, other media platforms that Accountability and Transparency Group that are part of us, they will also be explaining all of this stuff, as I explained too. So that you will now be coming in, knowing that you are part of this structure, you can now come in to know where to fit in. When you come in, then we look at also the project ground. Hopefully tomorrow or next, we shall be looking at the projects that we are going to be looking at and working with, or working along the line of, and all of that. And then also from there, we're going to go into, as soon as our portal, the membership portal comes in, my God, I'm going to explain it. You will enjoy what we're doing. We are coming in with a dimensional strategy that will help. When Mazenami comes out, you will know that yes, there are people who are standing on the truth, and they're standing on the truth professionally, not just standing on the truth, but they know the right thing, they know their onions. We are branding, not just because we want to use brands to sell what we're doing and get the world encapsulated in what we're doing. We want to get the world encapsulated. We want to get the world trapped in what we're doing, in the sense that they will fall in love with what we're doing. They will be attracted with what we're doing. And then this Biafra thing we're talking about, you will see how it will materialize professionally. Professionally. The work of people at the same time, very unique way we're going to approach this thing. So join us, everyone. Join us, and let's move forward and see how we're going to work together. I want to appreciate it's already 1 hour, and I don't want to take too much of your time. I've been able to explain the structure. Please, if you still want to understand some stuff about the structure in the next broadcast, or you can send a message to this number, or you go to the website www.easternsunrise.org, www.easternsunrise.org, and then you can send an email. Or you want to be a member also, you go to contacts, and let me scroll to that place. This is www. Sorry, 3 W's, not 4 W's. 3 W's, not 4 W's. Let me bring it up again. I don't know why. Not 4 W's. So www.easternsunrise.org. Eastern Sunrise, as it is spelled up here. www.eastern, EAS, no space, www, no space, dot, you just put dot at the same time, www.eastern, EASTERNSUNRISE.org, org. That's once you open it, you just read through, get information, get a glimpse of what we're doing. Very soon, we're going to be putting more information here, expanding what we're doing. This is just the basics of what we're doing. It's going to be lovely, I tell you. By the time we are through with this website, you will be shocked at how professional we are. You'll be shocked at how ready we are to take our freedom, by force, and to take our freedom into our hands and get our freedom and get our, sovereignty as a nation. Now, if you want to send a message or you want to be part of the Biafra project, you just go to up here, you see home, you see contact. You just click on contact to open up the information. You see by contact, you see info at easternsunrise.org. That is the email. You just click it and send a message through it. If you don't want to go that way, and you want to, if you also want, you can also put your name here. Once you do it, you put your name here. This is a column here. You put your name there. You submit your name, whether your name, your some of you have stage name, your social media name. You input the name there. You input your email. You write the message you want here. If it's a question that you want to ask, you write it here. If it's the fact that you want to join the accountability transparency group, you put it here. As soon as we get the message, we'll reach you, and then we'll discuss with you. We're work in progress, serious work going on, and we're doing things very, 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 very professionally, taking our time to set our house in order so that we can get good results and get results as we go on. And that is the essence of what we're doing. So we're back to home, and this is it. I want to appreciate you all, for being part of this program today. I want to thank you all for joining, and I want to say thank you. And Daniel says, let me look at other messages. Daniel says, I'm sad because they are bringing confusion into this new anointed group. An old man misbehaving like that. Daniel, well, it is well. That's what I will say for now, Daniel. It is well. Johnson says, no money to donate for you. Can you imagine? Did I say you should give me money? Do you even donate at all? People will just go and constitute nuisance. People are bringing up ideas and all of that. You're coming here to mess up and to talk nonsense. So Daniel says, some of my friends are now asking me that we are going to launch our website on the 15th, but I let them know that our own has been launched, which is accountability through our spokes. Please, I'm not the spokesperson. No, I'm only speaking on the media. We don't have the only spokesperson, and the only leader we have is Mazen Amdekano. Please, Daniel, know that I am not the spokesperson. We don't have a spokesperson. This is one of the things I fought when they were trying to talk about, and we need a spokesperson. Before you know it now, the person will say he's spokesperson. Before you know it now, he call himself Mma. He will call himself Ago. He will call himself different name. Before you know it now, he will call himself again. He will say he's prime minister. And before you know it, you hear Daniel, we're not going that route. We're not going through that route of spokesperson again. We don't want to go through that way of spokesperson again, so that before the person begins to get in his head, he will call himself this and call himself that and call himself this and all of that, until he now calls himself prime minister. We don't want that. And doing the work of preaching that I've been doing. I'm not the spokesperson. We are trying to make sure that we don't get people ego. Way we have set the structure in a way that no one person would have a control. We have set the structure in a way no is carried. If you enter the group today, you are also part of those, who will give decisions, who will make decisions, who will speak when we will see when we have meetings, ideas, and say begin to tell you what they want. Only Mazen Amdekano is someone who is a listener. Mazen Amdekano himself, someone who, so that is a good leader. That's why we said he is the only leader. So when we make decisions, he's going to look at and say, wow, that's good. To decide, they will make, he will approve it. So Mazen Amdekano is the only leader we have, and that's what we represent here. I want to appreciate you guys anyways. Keep appreciating you. People come in and to try to distract us. We are formidable. We're going to move forward gradually. We're going to get there. We're going to get good results. We are nobody to scam you again. Stop giving your monies to all these groups because they are scamming you. A word is enough for the wise. Keep your monies ready when you have the right structure. I've always said it that most of us are working in companies where things are structured, where no one person can go somewhere and take money and put in their pocket, where money is not sent into somebody's account, but into the company's account. That is why we have organized this organization, where money will go into the organization's account, where no one person can have access to it. When you want to take money, you now debate the issue, debate the budget, debate the project. Then you say, okay, this project is good for us. Let's invest in it. And the money the money now will now come through a process that is transparent and go into it. And then when that project is going on, the information about the project, the details will be forwarded. Everybody will know that this is it. This is it. Osando, please leave so that it's going to remain 8 people. Idiot. You are here. I'm giving you information. You're coming to tell me how many number of, if I want number of people to watch, if I want many people to watch, I know how to go and boost this platform. Or if I want many people to watch, I'll just be telling you lies. And idiots like you will come here and be jubilating. Hey, yeah. As Simon is doing to you guys. You are an idiot. You come here telling me 9 people. Why are you here? If it's only 9, why? If it's not a popular station, why are you here? It's because it's popular. That's why you're here. And you have come to see. Leave so that it can remain 8. Anuman. We have to sometimes we have to give these people the e-frog treatment. They deserve. He calls himself Osando, and he doesn't know what Osando means. Calls himself Osando and also calls himself Isaac, the name of the dedicated man. Coming to tell me how many people are watching. After now, go and look at how many people will watch it later. And those who have downloaded and forwarded. You think people don't watch? My message goes far. So I know that when I was supporting the What You Like, all of you people were here every day, hey, watching 200 people, 100 and something. But today we are speaking the truth. Little by little, you see how we grow. This channel is growing too. If you don't know, people have been added every day. People are subscribing to this channel. So you know that. Go to my Twitter. People are subscribing every day, coming in because they know I'm speaking the truth. We're not here to deceive ourselves. We are here to tell ourselves the truth, or else we're not going to get our freedom. We are not going to get our freedom unless we tell ourselves the truth. And that is why we're preaching the truth here. God bless you all real good. I appreciate you guys. We'll continue to do the work. And of course, only the truth can make us free. I appreciate you. I hope you're enjoying the weather of August. Those of you who are either in different parts of the world, you have your weather, and all of that. July was the hottest. July had the hottest weather all over the world in the history of Earth. July, the month of July, had the worst weather in the history of the world, 40-something degrees Celsius, and all of that, very high. And please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed, so that people like Osando will know that people are moving. We are moving. Subscribe and then like this video, share it on all your social media platforms so that people can watch. I know that the majority of those who watch are people who know the truth. They listen to the truth. They have discerning spirits. When they hear the truth, they know. When they hear something going on good, they know. We have intelligent Biafrans. Okay, it's on the throne. Thank you so much, Ego. Thank you so much. Thank you for handling such people like we do you run a freedom fighting in the open? Is that a question, Delka? Is that a question? We do you run? I don't understand the question. Please ask the question again, Delka, so that I can answer that question if it is a question that that goes along with what we're doing, or that goes along with. Go and ask your Vam how when he left Simon, his page went down. As soon as he saw that his page had gone down, he rushed and quickly started embracing Simon. His page had gone up now. Don't you see that he's just he's an unstable person? Somebody who told you that Simon is putting money in somebody's account. Somebody who told you that Simon is this number one scammer, and later he goes to embrace the number one scammer. And you being foolish, you go and join that person. Don't you see that how foolish you are? Because you have been able to. Somebody tells you that the person he's following now is a scammer. Gives you evidence, or you have forgotten. Maybe I should look for the video and play for you guys here so that you can see. I think I need to get that video again for these guys to see. Sometimes they reason like fish, so we need to remind them of their fishy minds, their mindset of fish. Anywhere they see hook, then put their mouth. That's how fish behave. You see hook, you go put in mouth. You see anything, you put mouth. Whether they don't catch one of him, brother, you will still put in mouth there. Somebody comes and tells you that the person he's following now, that you also are following, that the person is a criminal. Then suddenly now he goes to apologize to the same criminal. And then now you are also jubilating that his platform is growing in error. Don't you see that you have a problem with your brain? Common criminals are manipulating your brain. Common criminals manipulating your brain. Let me show you your stuff here. Let me show you. I'm closing. I'm rounding off. I just want to play one thing for the. Let me remind the fish brain man called Osando. Let me remind him something. We know we have to help these people. You know, sometimes we have to help them to come back to. That's if their brains are, if it has not gone totally disabled from constructive reasoning. We have to help them think well. So let me look for that video where his master, and the one he's praising now, was telling them that the so-called person he's calling now was telling them how they are, you know. Okay, I think I need to see where I'm supposed to check it out. Okay, let me play it for you to hear, so that you can hear the person you're coming to tell me about, how his platform is growing, to tell you how fishy your brain is. Let me play what he said. Let me play it so that you can understand that you are just, if low minds can be controlling your mind, then you are lower than low. If low minds can be controlling your mind, you are lower than low. Awesome. I'm calling your name. I don't know why I'm calling you. So I have to call you so that your fish brain can be reconfigured so that it can have. Let me play what the Van you're talking about. Let me tell you what he told you people about Simon. And then when you listen to it, you now know whether you are a normal human being or your brain is somewhere else. So you know whether you have sense. Let me use common language. So you know whether you have sense. That somebody comes to tell you, gives you evidence, very effective proof that your master is a criminal, and now you're coming to tell me about the person who gave you proof and has gone back to that his vomit to eat it. Listen, Manu. Listen, oh. Thank you.
One. Now the question is, between Simon Ekpa and the leadership of IPOB, the DOS, who is or who can be described as a career freedom fighter? The DOS has no monetized page. The DOS does not have membership page. The DOS does not broadcast on YouTube where they are being paid. The DOS has no private accounts that they have scammed or cloned for people to pay in ESM funds. Between Simon Ekpa and the DOS, who are the career freedom fighters? Those of you that cannot ask questions, you will continue to be scammed. Simon Ekpa is a scammer 101. I'll be dropping it as it comes.
Did you hear that? Osando, you better bow Osando now. Did you hear that? He said a cloned account. That's your website there. The account there on that website is the account of oh my God, I've destroyed this stuff. The account there, the account they're using on that website is the account of Mazuka's husband. He's telling you that account is cloned. Do you know what it means to be cloned? You don't know, Osando. Now you have heard your master. You have heard what he said. In the room, Adamu like you coming here to tell me about 9 people watching, and you are here. Oh my. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll continue to do the work. We'll continue to do the work. We'll continue to do the work. We have set the structure. Come in. Every one of you, come and let's reason together. As God said in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 48. Come now and let us reason together, says the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet. Come, let's reason together. That's come, let's talk. You know, Habakkuk 2 says, make the vision known and raise and plain, that they may run with it that hear, and of course they will run with the vision. When they hear it, they understand it, they run with the vision. That's how we are making it plain now, so that every one of us would understand it. Just go to www.easternsunrise.org, and then we can continue from there. Our membership portal is coming up. You are going to have it very, very well. We are working. We are going strongly. Thank you all. Ego, thank you so much. Daniel, thank you so much. Akonwa, thank you. You know, and then, of course, every one of you watching here who are standing on the path of truth, thank you so much. Amaka, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who are standing on the path of truth. Continue to remain on the path of truth. Please like this video, share it on all your social media platforms, and also please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed, and we'll move forward. Thank you all. Thank you all. We appreciate you all. God bless you. Real good.